fairy tale came on a fateful trip that started from the stopping point aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a wily sailing man, skipper brave and sure. My passenger set sail that day for a 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. And that's what you get. Well, you're only going to get a 1-hour tour with us here at the Tech America tonight. And welcome from the USS Minnow, from the SS Minnow itself. Here I am with the one and only Gilligan himself.
Great nobody in that corner. I don't know who you're talking about.
The one and only hapless first mate himself over there. And tonight, another special guest we have, the lovely Ginger.
Yeah.
Ginger is with
fingers
us.
go
Other way.
The other way.
There's Ginger.
You wish I was Marianne, you two.
Yeah, yo, I completely wish you were Marianne. Are you kidding me?
Welcome tonight to Detect America. I got a feeling this is going to get ugly. I can tell because I'm in a little bit of a mood, and there's a lot of things I got to talk about, and a lot of stuff that's going to come about in this show. And I think by the time this show's done, a lot of people's feminine sides are going to be brought to light. First off, I got to tell you, Frank, your son got engaged.
Yes, he did. Mike, come here and show your face.
Mike,
Congratulations.
Congratulations on your wedding. You're awesome, dude. I'm glad. I think it's great. I don't know how you got her to say yes. But
did she know what family she was marrying into?
She had to say yes. I don't know, but her family's like, yeah, aren't you don't you have like a lot of Spanish silver laying around? You really want my niece to marry your son? That's good.
So, question though. Now you pulled this off pretty well. You acted like you were in Florida when she came up to visit family for Easter. Was she surprised?
She told me she was surprised. I'm still paranoid that she knew the entire time. We were hiding out like criminals all week.
Her mother says absolutely.
So she didn't know you were in. That's the best part about it, was that you surprised her. I saw you get on one knee, and not like me, you were able to get up.
The best part was he was hiding out with me for it. So she came up, and he secretly came up the day later. So he's been hiding out with me for the week, and we'll go to like a store that's like 52 miles the other direction from her house, and Mike's hiding under the seat, so he might see me. But then we assaulted the house like the SWAT task force.
Yeah. And we were hiding behind the house, around the corner.
That's all right there, man. I think it's great. And so you're living in down in Florida.
Yep.
Orlando area, working for Disney, right?
No, I work for Universal. She works for Disney.
She's working for Disney.
My son is marrying Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell.
And his dad acts like Tinkerbell. so interesting that the two are, yeah, no, that's great. So it's good. You're down there, you got your career. You guys are buying a house, right?
We're waiting for approval. Who knows if it's going to happen?
How many rooms are you getting? Because I might want to come visit.
It's actually a closet. We have no space.
That's bullshit. I'll park in the damn driveway. All right.
We are building an oversized doghouse for the backyard.
I don't care where I stay, man. Nah, it's great. It's great you got down to Florida. You're making your way, and you're doing good. So look, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And welcome to the world of misery. So, which brings me to another thing, which is pretty funny. I got on Facebook today.
I think you're done, Mike.
Okay. Yeah, Mike, get out. Just go. Don't go
back and lay down and watch the still screen.
So guess what? I popped on Facebook today, and it appears that my brother proposed to his girlfriend.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was like, "Oh, nice to see you, bud." I'm like, "Congratulations." I mean, that's great.
So my brother getting married now. His boys are older. They're all out of the house. Two are in the military. One works in the oil fields in Texas. So I guess it's time for him to get married again. Oh, and then the best part is, I found it. See, I found it the other day. He told me this. He's moving to Miami.
Nice.
So that is really funny because I'm going there and never leaving. I said, you better get a place with an extra room for me because I'm coming down there. And I'm going to rub elbows with the bigwigs of metal detecting down
Yeah,
there.
mother-in-law suite.
I don't care what you put me in, dude. I don't like I said, build me a doghouse. I'm going to Miami. I'm going to Miami.
Miami.
So that's that, dude. He lived in Texas all his life, most of his life, and I never went there. When he moves to Miami, dude, I'm going to be there before him. Be like cha-ching. So, but no, it's good. Good. People are getting married. He's moving to Miami.
Oh, hold on. Gotta lower my.
You like it so much the first time?
Let's do it again. So, watching the page, lots and lots of cool finds this week, but I got to give out props. to,
Wait,
okay.
Jen, we can change that. Jen says she's turning 30 this year. She's never been married. I call dibs. Beaches, I win. I got dibs.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm taking. I want to take odds on whether that ever happens, but the odds are really bad.
So what? I know. You think I'm stupid?
Lots of good finds on the page this week, but I have to give props out to Karen Kasupski, our KK. KK popped a pre-83 14-karat Rolex. It's awesome. It's awesome, and we pray and hope and pray that once it gets checked out, it's all legit. It looks great. So, hats off, dude. She goes. What did she asked me something to the effect of, when you found one, what did it look at like this or something? I said, yeah, when I found the Rolex, I said the Rolex I found was made in Korea. Awesome find. Awesome find.
You can barely find your way home sometimes.
Seriously, yeah. When I found my Rolex, it was in a jewelry store in a cabinet, and they arrested me for trying to take it home.
And
Which leads us to Oak Island.
I want to tell you something. Now, you've seen the commercial. Don't believe it, because Frank's been taking Prevagen for years, and he can't remember shit.
Oh, I forgot to take it.
Exactly. How you coming along? How you coming along?
This stuff is made out of like jellyfish innards and like giraffe guts or something. I forget.
Yeah.
How are you coming with the prizes you're supposed to be mailing out?
I shipped a bunch went out. They didn't go out on Friday. A bunch went out yesterday.
Yeah, but the question is, did they go to the right people?
I'll let you know in about 2 days when they get to their destination.
Are they the right prizes? Will they turn into ugly boxes? Everybody's getting ugly boxes. or the best is, will they land back on your front doorstep?
That was the running joke. Stuff I shipped out. I'm like, gee, I hope it turns into an ugly box by the time it gets here. Listen,
Has anyone
happens.
Has anyone told you they won a prize and like they haven't?
No, I had a couple people tell me they won a prize and then they named it, but it was the wrong one.
I can't wait to see what people get, man. You crack me up.
Listen, it happens sometimes. Listen, when you're as busy as me, with your nose to the grindstone every day.
You got the nose to the grindstone or the soldering iron?
Soldering iron, yeah. That's when I have the little burn on my nose. Soldering.
So, Ronnie, how's business coming?
It's just amazing. I mean, lately it's been crazy. I would think it would be a little quiet right now, but we're selling a lot of stuff.
Well, I didn't get my royalties check. Is there a reason?
Yeah, you missed a couple shows.
You're no longer royal. You got kicked out of the royal family, I heard.
Now I got to start at the bottom again.
Prince Harry said, "Steve who?"
Thank God it's Prince Harry and not Prince Andrew. There's a big difference,
Yeah, well.
I'd rather hang out with.
Prince Andrew said you were a bad influence on him.
I'd rather be hanging out with him. Let me tell you, that's for sure.
I don't
John,
know. He seems like he might be fun. I'm not sure. But
John
What, do- what
Miglotoff
do we
said,
got in stock, Ron? Do we got anything in stock?
we have everything in stock. Well, the only thing is I'm a little tight on the daises, but I can get those. I have a connection.
You know, I got to tell you something, man. I just hearing so much about this Deus. I don't know if we should throw it around one night, but I mean, it's like Deus. Like you hear this,
yeah,
then you hear this.
that's the thing. And guys are like, "How come you don't like the Deus?" I was like, "Dude, I have never had the Deus 2 in my hand. It may be the greatest metal detector on the planet, but I have not swung one, and I can't. I refuse to give an opinion on it. And they're like, "Oh, you love the Legend." I've been testing the Legend for.
I don't even have one to send you, so don't ask.
You want to know what my take on the Deus 2 is? You really, really have to know what you're doing to use it. Definitely not a turn and go machine. The some of the folks I know that are raving about it are the guys that really know how to get into the machine and
Well,
set
but
it
the
up.
problem is this too. When you get to the YouTube and all this other crap, that some of the guys raving about it don't have one and have never swung one. That's my problem. That's why I won't.
Listen,
I
well,
can't.
that's not. I would never talk to someone that doesn't have one, but yeah, what I'm hearing is, they're saying that Deus goes deep, but like I said, these are guys that are really, really talented, or like we'll say brainy with their machines. I did hear from someone who owns one that it's hard to get into it's hard to manipulate to get into the programs to finagle it, I guess, or really, so I think in the right hands, the Deus 2 is probably a great machine. I'm gonna go out and tell a story. I heard a story. I don't know if I should repeat this or not. But I heard a story from some of my friends, some of our friends will say far, far away, that somebody bought a Deus 2 and went hunting, and some of our other group will say came along and found things, and this person got pissed off, walked off the field, and said, "I'm giving up."
Listen, we know a guy, and again, we're not going to name it because the hours aren't in it yet. But we know a guy who bought a Deus 2 and a Legend.
Yeah.
Updated them both, and
well,
whether I believe it or not, I don't know. But this is a guy who was an avid CTX user.
Yeah.
What did he tell you, Steve?
Said he loves the Legend in the dirt. He said he loves the Legend in the dirt, and that the Deus 2, he's the one that said it's hard to get into, and he's a pretty brainy guy. He's a
But
guy
he was sitting there saying he might hang up his CTX.
Well, I didn't hear that, but he's using different machines, and there's a lot of people out there that like to use different machines, and I like to stick to my 2. But he said that the Deus 2's either first update or whatever kind of screwed the machine up, and I guess they had to correct it or something. But listen, I'm just third party here. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I have no experience with the Deus. I have a feeling it's like the CTX, man. How many people went out and bought the CTX and then tried to use the stock programs and were like, I don't like this machine, and they sold it or gave up on it?
That's like I tell everybody. If you and everyone knows that they'll get my CTX when they pull it from my cold dead fingers.
I understand.
However, if you're a CTX owner or you're going into a CTX 3030, whether you love the company, whether you don't love the company, ditch the programming that comes with the machine, because
right,
you won't find anything.
This is what I'm saying, and this might be the same thing. This might be the same thing with the Deus. How the Deus is a great machine, but if you use the stock settings, or it may not pick up anything. And
Well, again, but we're getting into a machine that none of us have any experience on.
no, none of us
I
have
don't
any.
have 2 minutes on the dais, man.
I will tell you that Andy Savage is working on a book already for that.
Yeah,
So,
I know Andy had one out and he was testing it.
I mean, if you really want to get an unbiased opinion, maybe we can get him to come on the show, talk about that.
Yeah, well, yeah, Andy's doing. I know he's got a couple books in the works, so I know Andy's due very soon.
But they're flying off the shelves, aren't they, Ron?
The Deises? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they're flying off the shelves.
Yeah, like I said, everybody asked me, "How did you try it yet?" I go, "No, I've been filling orders for customers. I can wait. I got to take care of the people."
Now, let me ask you a question. I understand. We realize there's 3 things that need to be charged. The coil needs to be charged separate from the machine. As well.
Now you're going to get into a topic
We
that
don't
could
know
go
too much
ugly with me.
Yeah.
Oh.
But we don't. I
So-
don't. Yeah, but I don't. I personally don't know. But I could just tell you that your coil charges, your little box charges, your headphone charges.
Now, but what I was told was the wire has different break-offs. You only use one wire to charge all of those things, or is that true? Or
You want me to open a box up? I got one here.
no? You don't have
It
to
used to be with the dais. It used to be the same clip. I know that
Right.
because I had a dais. So you used to charge the headphone. You used to charge the
with
box
with
and the coil.
one wire, with one
Yeah.
wire, or separate wires.
Let me see.
I thought it was one wire. Now I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, you just got to make sure you keep all that stuff charged. I guess. I don't know.
Again, and I say this all the time. I know guys that use the dais, the original dais, and they love it. And I was lucky enough that XP had sent me one very, very early on, and I tested that one out. And it was a good thing. My question to everyone out there that's a user is, tell me what the Bluetooth is for, the Bluetooth coil, and having to tether it. What's the purpose? What's the benefit of a Bluetooth coil? Now, granted, I'm a little bit familiar with metal detectors. I just don't get how that's not given.
All right. Well, let's see this wire. Then I got a question for you about the Bluetooth. Then, because that's pretty. And we're talking about a lightweight, waterproof machine.
Sure. So there you have it.
Huh?
One USB cable on one end,
wire.
same cord,
Right.
3 connectors.
Okay. So that helps you a little bit until you lose the one connector, but until you lose a wire. But I guess so. Okay. So I'm good with that. You charge your whole machine at one time just by plugging all 3 in. Now, the coil is Bluetooth.
Like I said, I haven't used this thing. So
I'm just wondering because
The dais too has Bluetooth coil. Then it's got a changeable coil, which it has to be tethered in order to use it in order.
it's what. So, all right. So, what you're telling me is if the coil's Bluetooth,
I think there's 2 coils that come with the dais too. Bluetooth coil and then a wired coil. I think.
No, I do not believe that is true.
So it's a tether. So you get to tether the coil, then they'll use it in the water.
This is all the stuff that comes with the Deos too. Is
Okay.
one coil.
one coil.
So then
It's a wireless.
somehow they're waterproofing that coil,
All
or
right,
or is it not Bluetooth coil?
Well, here's the thing. It's wireless because it has to connect to the headphone and it has to connect to the control box via wireless. Now, again, there's a lot of folks out there that probably have these. I'm new with this, other than looking at this book. This is your antenna. This would hook to the coil, then run up the shaft.
Yeah, it would have to.
Going
It
to
have to be contained in the shaft, or else because Bluetooth's not going to work in the water, and the tether has to be waterproof.
Right.
But I mean, to me, that's for like waiting, because once you're underwater,
Right.
you would have to plug in the Bone headphones, which don't come with it. It's optional. The
Right.
Bone headphones will hook to your head, give you a vibration here.
Are they what? Are they wired? The Bone headphones?
The
Or
Bone is wired. to
okay.
the control box.
Bluetooth doesn't work underwater.
But
Period.
my question is this also is where is like if the Bluetooth is in the coil and you submerge the coil, you're not going to get a Bluetooth signal. So
That's where this wire comes in handy.
okay, so the Bluetooth is coming out of the module, which should be
Well, it's coming out of here.
uh-huh.
It runs up this wire, which comes up to here.
Oh, so the wire's optional.
Well,
No.
it's
You,
included.
you take it off if you want to use the Bluetooth for
Right.
whatever reason, and then you plug it in and run. I guess run it up the shaft if you want to use it in the water.
I'm just thinking about using it at low tide when you might be up to your knees or your waist.
Then you would need that. You would need that wire connected.
So you run that wire up to the box and you're going to get Bluetooth out of the box now.
Yeah, because once that coil is underwater,
Right, you wouldn't hear it.
Well, once you hook the wire, it's no longer Bluetooth. It's RF. It's transmitting directly up a wire.
right?
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I just think people
if
are
any-
finding a lot of success with it.
If any of our viewers have one and no different, please chime in on the chat.
We might have to get someone on here that really knows about it because, like I said, listen, I'll tell you what. You know, one thing I learned is these Deus users will fight you over that machine. If you say something bad about the Deus, they literally want to fight you.
All I want is one answer to one question: is what benefit does anybody see from a Bluetooth coil? That's all.
If you're in the dirt,
But what's the benefit? I'm not saying that it doesn't
Right.
work. The machine obviously works well. What's the advantage to a Bluetooth coil? And don't tell me, guys, you can use it on your cell phone. Why? Why would you want
why?
that?
Well, Mark Hoover just made a comment. The best features of the Deus 2 are that it's very light. I've heard that. Great discrimination and good depth with lots of options, including waterproof. But see, the options part is what I'm talking about. If you're not smart enough, like I'm not smart enough to go in there and do all the settings, you might not be using the machine might not give you the best of the benefits.
And listen, guys, everybody's answering the page. Oh, lower weight, no wires. I get why Bluetooth is cool from your control box to your headset. On the CTX, I use a wireless RF. On the Equinox and the Legend, I use Bluetooth. My question is, somebody tell me how a Bluetooth coil is better than a wired coil, because the wire wrapped around your shaft isn't getting in your way.
Here's one. The coil wires don't break.
There you go. How many coils have gone bad?
But, excuse me, that's not answering my question.
That's one of your answers. You said
No,
what?
it's not because of me. Because those coils haven't. Listen, I've got a machine over here that I've been using 10 years. My coil's never gone bad. That's not an advantage. Yes, does it work? Does the Bluetooth work? It absolutely works. Obviously, I swung the Deus. It works. I get it, guys. Deus works. Good machine. I get it. The coil's a gimmick. Tell me why it benefits you to have a Bluetooth coil. That's my question. Granted, this has been my question since XP came out with the Deus 10 years ago, 9 years ago, whatever it was. Tell me how the Bluetooth coil is anything less than a gimmick. That's all I'm asking.
I'm looking in a book. Maybe it'll tell me something.
Here's another one. The head unit can be taken with you and a coil left in a vehicle on a hot day.
Oh, that's awesome. There you go. That's the reason. That's how it
I'm
benefits.
just reading what's posted, okay?
The coil on any machine is probably the least thing you've got to worry about in a hot car. It's the control box you got to worry about in a hot car. It doesn't give an advantage. So why use it? I'm not down the XP. I know the machine works. I'm just saying, and again, I'm devil's advocate out of everybody who's loving on the Deus. what advantage is there other than them being able to jack the price because it's got a cool Bluetooth coil? What is the advantage to a Bluetooth coil?
And they made this one waterproof. They made this one
No,
waterproof.
no, listen, they've improved the machine. The machine works great. When I see flashy stuff on any machine that doesn't make the machine better, then I question the reason for it, and because generally that kind of stuff adds to the price tag. So,
Yeah, and I don't know if I could justify. I'm going to say I would believe that the Deus is a good machine
absolutely.
and can be set up to be used waterproof in the surf of the ocean and would prove beneficial and possibly, I don't like to use the word deeper, but possibly go deeper and be be a very good machine. I would purchase it. But what holds me back is you need to be smart to go in there and program it. And I am a turn and go guy. That's it. I'm a turn and go guy. I can't deny it. Therefore, as they'd say on Shark Tank, I'm out.
Well, it's not even like I said. There's a lot of. I'm not going to sit there. I'm not going to sit there, and I'm not going to comment on it deeper. I'm not going to comment on it better. I'm not going to not that it's not. Maybe it is.
What? Yeah, I'm going by what people are telling me.
Do I trust and know, or me, use that machine and run it through its paces, and not Listen, I've already seen videos of guys that are using the Legend and they're ground balancing it over, out of sight, which means they're probably ground balancing it over a pile of silver. And oh, look, it doesn't pick anything up. I can comment on the Legend because the Legend is kicking butt. Everybody since this last update, people are just going nuts over how good the machine is. I got guys sending me videos every day. But that's not there yet. If you're wearing the uniform of the company making the machine, sorry, you may be the most wonderful person in the world, but I'm not taking your word for it. That's all. Again, I've had this question about the coil is a question I posed to a guy from Deus when I was on the show 10 years ago with him, and he couldn't answer me that question then. He did the whole political, well, did you see the sky's blue? And, my dog likes Cheetos. But nobody wants to answer the question.
Listen, personally, you know me. I like wired. I like using waterproof headphones wired to my machine. I've used I actually love the Knox wireless headphones, but since I was using them in assault, the connector was getting green. And from the salt air, it just turns green and they're harder to charge. It gets to be a pain in the ass. So that's why I don't use them on the beach. I just love and have waterproof headphones on the CTX because I never know when I'm going to go in the water. So I don't mind having. I went from using wireless to not minding having that wire on me.
No, and I was the same way. The wire that I use the wireless on the CTX all the time, and now I'm like, you know what? It's not an issue with the wire,
especially the Aquatex.
But listen, I can see guys liking the wireless headphones over the wired. I absolutely can understand that. That makes sense to me. If you're out in the woods, if you're in tight locations, that coil, you're bending down to dig a target, that earphone wire can get tangled. I get that. Yeah. The problem is that nobody will answer my coil question when it comes to this.
The salt air just gets in that stuff. But I got to tell you what, man. The Aquatex, when you were designing them, I said, look, make that wire the right way. We argued about it too. You're like, it is. And I'm like, no, it's not. But the wires on the Aquatex are good enough for me to use. I can't say I've been in the woods, but I haven't had a problem with the machine using the wired headphones. I just went back to them, and that's my choice,
So if you're in the dirt setting your Bluetooth coil like an air detector phone, first of all, if you're comparing anything on this planet that we swing to an air detector, I'm not taking your word for it. Okay, just so you're aware. And the fact of the matter is that in order to make it safe now, I have to take it apart and put my head someplace else and my coil someplace else, that's bogus crap. The coil is the only thing that really is in danger of becoming damaged in supercharged heat in your car. The head, not the coil, the head.
I got you all fired up, don't I?
And you don't make a coil so you can take apart your machine and store it in your hot car, because if you're storing your processing head someplace else, then why aren't you just storing your coil with it? That's ridiculous. It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick on a good machine. Again, I can't say it enough. The Deus is a good machine, but they're charging you extra for a Bluetooth coil that has no legitimate purpose.
All right. Now, here comes my biggest question for you, okay? I read this rag that you wrote about your take on the Oak Island mystery.
Oh, you mean that piece of that document of super experienced and educated?
You're not winning a Pulitzer anytime soon, okay? And it appears that in your wrap-up, you say that you really don't personally believe. Now, let me finish before you go on your rampage. You always cut me off.
Go ahead. And people respond to this because I want to answer questions.
Oh, you can respond to this, and you can just shut up a minute. So you go on to say that you really feel that there's no treasure, we'll say, on Oak Island. Yet you don't miss a friggin' episode. So we explain. Now you want to talk about wireless coils. I want to talk about
Let me explain.
You watching the show where you don't believe there's an ending.
I don't necessarily like to read cookbooks. But if I'm want to educate myself on cooking, I'm going to read some of these books. I'm going to read literature about it. I'm going to look up what experts have to say, and I'm going to use my own common sense to make a judgment on whether I like it or not. You don't always read stuff that you love. You read stuff to get educated. And I have become one educated son of a bitch.
You didn't this rag I'm reading, you didn't educate me one bit.
Yeah, well, that's because you're biased.
I'm not biased. I want to know why you watch it. If you think that there's no treasure, why? If you're not expecting to find treasure, why do you watch it?
Here's the thing. Nowhere in that paper does it say that treasure couldn't potentially be there. Listen, there's what.
It's not. It's just not likely.
We've got well-known pirates that were within 30 miles of where we live. And when I find a coin in my backyard, is it possible that, Blackbeard or Purplebeard, whoever the guy was over here, is it possible that he buried a treasure in my backyard? Absolutely, it's possible. It's more possible that I am the president of metal detecting and you should all bow before me.
How long has this show been on? This show's been on like 12 friggin' years.
I was watching, Bigfoot Chasers for a while, dude. I like the show.
Oh, that's right.
Like the fact that someone that I know is on that show. Two people that I know have been on that show.
I got it.
Everybody's asking me to spin the wheel. Why is everybody asking me to spin the wheel?
Let me just make something real clear. All this stuff, when they go down on the beach and they find these box drains, okay, when they find a coin here and there, they find a British coin on Oak Island from the 1700s, and they go, "Oh my God, treasure must be here." If they didn't find a British coin on Oak Island from the 1700s, then they all need new jobs because those suckers were every place. I've got 15 gold coins from the better part of my yard. It means nothing. The box drains were the salt works. Go look up ancient salt works from the 1400s to the early 1800s. Guess what? They're the box drains, dude. That's how the fishermen got salt. That's how they made their salt to avoid paying taxes to a going broke Great Britain. The other part, only one more thing. You can take it wherever you want it. They dig a hole, and the hole starts to fill in with water. Instantaneously, it's booby trapped. It's booby trapped. You are on an island.
It's a sponge.
Hold on. The island's low part is 30 feet below sea level. Guess what? Drop a fork out of your McDonald's plate too hard and it's going to leak. The pressure around that island is like a pimple trying to pop. And no matter what you do, when you dig a hole, it's going to flood. That flood tunnel is crap. They haven't showed me anything that would even make me vaguely believe that it has anything to do with treasure. Nothing they have dug so far has anything to do with treasure. These coconut fibers drives me nuts, guys. They find coconut fibers on the island. And the first thing they say is, wow, this is rare. I can't believe it has to mean treasure. Coconut fibers are the most common thing anywhere in the world. If there were ships, there was coconut fibers because it was the world's most common packing material. Every tropical island dried their freaking coconut fibers and sold them to ships, fishing companies, everything. It is so common to find coconut fibers almost anywhere in the world.
I don't find them in my yard.
Huh?
There's no coconut fibers in my yard.
Hey, not to change the subject. John Migladorf said he was supposed to get a set of Aquatech headphones, but he said he got candy corn instead. So
Tell me, eat it and enjoy it.
That's what he got. So Oak Island's been on for how many years?
7 or 8 seasons now. I don't know.
So where do you see it going from this point? What do you see? Where do you see it going from this point?
So if you look at it from a television production point of view, Oak Island is, I think, right now the #1 show on that network. My guess is the last couple of episodes, the last hole, they magically squeezed in enough time to dig one more hole. The last hole will produce probably a KG3, and that's got to mean that the Templars were there burying treasure, so they'll come back for one more season. Let me just say one other thing, guys. If you're in any fishing community, which is what Oak Island was, it was a fishing colony, basically. If you're in any fishing community and in the 1700s, 1600s, early 1800s, you're going to have two things on that island. You're going to have a pine tar kiln, which is what they found, which also means treasure. You're going to have coconut fibers because that made oakum, and oakum was used to repair ships. The
Correct.
main ingredients of oakum are on that island, and a wharf. A wharf. How does a wharf mean treasure? Oh my God! How does a wharf mean treasure?
That's
It
what I'm
means that
saying.
there were ships there.
It's an island. You need a ship to get to an island. How come? Let me ask you a question then. Let me just put this out there. How come Gilligan's Island didn't have a tar kiln when they were trying to repair the SS Minnow?
Because if Ginger was walking around, would you be able to concentrate?
And there was a professor on the island as well.
What's that tell you? What's that tell you about our education system today?
How many times did they have a chance to get off the island and that idiot Gilligan ruined it?
all I gotta say, guys, is that it took me all of 15 minutes to look up some real experts from real universities and find every single thing that they found on this island thus far that had and prove that it's more likely, 100 times more likely, to be in the fishing industry and the boat repair industry than ever to be anything that has to do with treasure. And then the favorite response, guys, are always the stone, the 90-foot stone. Oh, it had all kinds of weird writing on it. They found this night. So the stone was allegedly found in 1795, I believe. No story about Oak Island, no writings about Oak Island ever mentioned that freaking stone until 1849. And then magically, the stone was the whole reason to come to the island as they were trying to sell rights for have people come here and dig treasure. We magically found a stone that said there's treasure buried here. And yet no one ever saw it. And the one place that the stone allegedly showed up was a bookstore who was selling books on Oak Island.
And you know what else? I got to tell you something. Here's my other thing, Ron. Wouldn't you just love to taste a piece of Mary Ann's coconut cream pie?
Oh, that was one of the best that they had on the show.
I would love to try it. She was making.
They look better than the coconut cream pie we buy.
You know, I hear you guys, Ginger, Mary Ann, but I had the hots for Mrs. Howell.
And somehow I believe that.
But you two are the same age.
That's right.
Thurston the Ghetto the Third.
Yeah, Thurston would have kicked your ass.
Yeah,
Now, but the other big dilemma. All right, so obviously we're going Gilligan's Island versus Oak Island here, but the big dilemma is in the theme song, they go out for a 3-hour tour. Okay, now the two guys that own the boat, the skipper and Gilligan who owned the boat, always wore the same outfits. Now they owned the boat; they always wore the same outfits.
That's because the professor made a clothes washing machine out of coconut fiber and pine tar.
Well, because all the chicks in the house, they all had different wardrobes. Where did all their clothes come from? Can you tell me?
A lot of suitcases on that boat.
For a 3-hour tour?
When
When was the last time you went on a 3-hour tour with suitcases?
You always have to be prepared.
I guess I got a new nickname, Thurston.
And-
They're gonna call me
Thurston
Thurston.
the Ghetto.
Thurston the Ghetto. And
I don't want to burst anybody. And guys are talking about the oak trees on the island. The biggest, and this is where I end the discussion. The biggest controversy, the biggest thing that guys are saying to make the island not for ship repair and for fishing, is that the oak trees on Oak Island are red oak. Red oak was never used in the interior of a ship because red oak hated sea air when it was, when it started to dry. Red oak would rot. Here's the thing about red oak. It loved being used in hulls. If red oak is submerged, it could last 100 years.
all right, this is important. Mark Hoover says he met Gilligan once, which I believe, and I believe they probably were good friends because Mark Hoover's the greatest guy in the world. But did you ask him why he was such a big screw up on the show?
It's like Gomer Pyle, please. Don't even get me going
and of
about
course,
Gomer Pyle.
Dude, if I was on that island, dude, I'd have been sleeping in Ginger and Mary Ann's hut, not under some big, fat, sweaty skipper. Okay,
Somebody saying Gilligan's Island was filmed in the Bahamas. Gilligan's Island was filmed in California.
California.
I
Yeah.
have my nephew works at a studio in California that the parking lot is where the lagoon was.
They shoot Always Sunny.
Well, the beginning.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia is now shot where Gilligan's Island was shot.
The beginning was filmed in Honolulu, I believe.
Well, yeah, the beginning, the stock footage beginning of it.
No. Oh yeah, they told you that the what was that called? The lagoon.
Yeah,
Oh, they let it go to the waste.
yeah, they let it go, and now it's not even a waterworks. Now it's a studio that they filmed. Danny DeVito works on.
Is that where? Yeah, I don't know, but they said the water was cold when he was going in there as well.
I wouldn't know. I didn't get that close.
And the funny thing is, their show only ran like 3 seasons, but the radio seemed to work every day for all
Oh,
that.
no. You never saw the episode where he took the batteries and somehow made wires out of like coconut fiber. That coconut fiber is amazing. It's
Christ,
a treasure
coconut.
all by itself. And they would sit there and they would agitate the water with little sticks, and that would charge the batteries.
Listen,
I saw that episode.
I'm going to tell you. Somebody just asked who the Gilligan is at Detect America. Mr. Prevagen himself.
You're not even pointing at me. There's no one up there.
He's always screwing something up. He's always screwing something up somehow, mailing shit to himself, mailing the wrong shit to people. You tell me that's not Gilligan, I don't know who is.
Hi, Shelley.
Hey, look at that hat.
Howdy, partners.
Speaking of movie stuff, wait. Move back. What is that? Go all the way back. Ew, that's vulgar.
No, it's for Frank's song.
What song? I Love My Penis song? Because it looks like you're wearing a penis on your head.
Steve.
Lean back. Lean back. Move back.
No.
Oh my God! It looks
Wait a
like
minute. I need to know what
He's
song
rubbing
you're
it.
talking about. What song are you talking about?
Don't
Your
stroke that too
spin the
much.
wheel song.
Oh, I get that's supposed to be a sombrero?
No, it ain't. That's
No,
a
it's not.
penis.
It's a cat. It's a 10-gallon cowboy
Penis.
hat.
It's a 10-gallon penis.
Yes. It only has one use in this house.
It's a tamale.
Oh,
I
we have
think
no
you gotta
children
do
watching
something away.
tonight.
Gotta do something away. Now that I've used my superior mind to prove that Oak Island only has fishermen on it. We have to get something away.
I have to tell you all something.
Go ahead.
I'm in Facebook jail because of your show.
No, again?
From that post? Is it from that post you made? I saw you post something. What's the matter?
Brian Monroe was picking on me.
Yeah.
So I told Brian Monroe that if he's not careful, I'm going to have Aiden kick his butt.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Violence.
Oh. Butt kick.
Dude, you got anger issues, man.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, so I have the wheel ready if you guys are ready to spin.
All
for
right,
something.
so we're gonna. I had a couple prizes picked out, but we still have prizes that were donated that no one's ever seen because they were donated online. And I apologize because I missed one. Our dear friend Kathy Blau donated a $50 gift certificate to the Gold Digger
love
Metals.
How can you miss Kathy Blau? I mean,
Yeah,
forget
no problem.
us.
Because he's
Why
Gilligan.
forget Kathy Blau?
Because he's Gilligan.
Our prize is already in the mail, Frank. How about yours?
I have about half of them went out this weekend.
Yeah, and they're going
Okay.
to come back to his house, and then he's going to mail them again.
The-
No,
the-
let me ask you a question. For you, Gilligan's Island or Oak Island? Which one?
I've never seen Oak Island.
Okay, so it's Gilligan's Island. That's great.
Yes. For sure.
Oh, and by the way, I just got to say this. A couple weeks ago, I was listening in on Josh Kimmel's show,
Mhm.
and they had Detect America member Scott McClory on there.
Mm-hmm. Scooty.
I don't know who was on Josh Kimmel's show, but Scott was so professional, okay? So professional, precise, but yet on Detect America, he's the biggest clown on the East Coast. Why is that?
Mind
they
your
wouldn't-
business.
They wouldn't entertain or chat. They stopped reading the chat.
Scott refused to look at it. He told me,
Yeah.
I won't look at your chat. Stop asking me.
They refused to look at the chat because he was being. Where does he get off being so professional like that?
This is my love dub. Scooter's my love dub. Love
Yeah,
dub.
well, guess
Love
what?
dub.
Guess what? He ain't as. Trust me, he ain't as golden boy as everyone thinks. Okay.
And that's why I like him so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Well, go on there and act like Mr. Goody Two Shoes, and then come over here and be the bad child.
The bad child.
Carolyn Cowling says she missed the first 40 minutes and wants us to start over again.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll start over. So,
Yeah,
Carolyn,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking about Oak Island.
I'm out.
We're talking about how Oak Island is a fishing community, not a treasure chest. All right, anyway, so we're going to spin the wheel. First prize of the day is going to be for the $50 gift certificate donated by the lovely and talented Kathy Blau for the Gold Digger
Wait, that you forgot about. That you forgot about.
that I forgot about. Oh, there we go. There's our wheel.
Kathy Blau, moo.
All right, so
I love Kathy Blau.
is this new names for tonight, Shell?
Yes, there are 156 names on the wheel. I took them from YouTube, from that other site that you guys do, We Dig, and from your site.
Jesus.
Awesome. All right, so whenever you're ready,
Whenever you're ready. Are you guys ready for the hoedown?
I'm
Oh,
ready.
Jesus. I'm
Okay.
married to her. Oh. Dave Schuyler, you have 1 minute to respond.
Dave
Now,
Seiler and I are in cahoots together.
Now, Dave, you got to answer in 1 minute. Your name has to be seen by myself, Ron, Frank, and Shelly if she's watching the chat. So we're all looking for Dave Seiler. He's got 1 minute. So and I think everybody wants to see their name on the wheel. So, Shell, can you show Oh, you are showing everybody's name. Frank, are we still looking at the wheel? You can take it down.
Oh.
Great producer you are. Dave Seiler. Dave Seiler says Dave's not here. Congratulations, Dave.
Dave
You know what?
Seiler and I are on a mission.
Finally, a great response.
And what was that prize for? Anywho, that was the gift certificate.
$50
Gift certificate to the Gold Digger.
All right, Dave Seiler. Dave, when you're ready to make a purchase, give us a call, and you got yourself a $50 credit on any purchase.
Can he use that $50 gift certificate to buy that hat from you, Shelly?
Dave Seiler and I are in business together, so if Dave Seiler wants this hat, he can have it.
Ronnie was very upset when we were leaving Atlantic City because he forgot to stop by the hat shop.
Yeah, we
That-
walked by it.
That reminds me. I forgot, but you just reminded me. And boom, that big light bulb should be going off over my head. Oh my God, do I have to tell you folks in Detect America land a story? How two Detect America members go to a hotel in Atlantic City and one couple returns.
Listen,
So
I
over
had a
the
lovely
weekend-
time, and Ronnie was very gentle.
He said it was easy. He said you were easier than an egg.
I've never said I wasn't easy.
Easier than an egg?
I got to,
I'm not
yeah,
cheap,
like an
I'm
over easy egg. He flipped over easier than an egg. So over the weekend, I'm really glad Ronnie and Frank got to spend time together in Atlantic City, and I was invited. I couldn't make it, but I think it is good that they got to spend time together. But I think it's a little weird. I think it got a little weird. So first off,
I didn't find it weird at all.
again,
I was
what did
perfectly fine with it.
what did you guys do?
Well, we did a little bit of everything. We had a nice lunch.
Yeah, and then
After lunch, we went over to Tropicana to see a movie.
a movie together. Yes. The big date of the day was to go see a movie in IMAX.
Yeah, well, now I got to remember, I've never been to an IMAX theater, had no idea what to expect. And
But
it's not
I
that
heard
good.
it. I'm sorry, but I heard it got a little romantic.
Right. Let me lay out the entire movie trip for you. First of all, it was a movie that myself and Ronnie, neither one of us were really into. We hadn't seen the prequels and the sequels and everything.
Let me guess.
We walked down the boardwalk. We got
Holding
into the
hands.
movie. We sat in basically the front row. We promptly dozed off and took about a 40-minute nap, and then we left.
Let me ask you a question. Is it true Ronnie did the popcorn trick and you couldn't stop digging your hand in there?
We weren't there long enough for the popcorn.
That's what I heard. The popcorn
actually-
trick was.
I actually said when we walked in, I said, Frank, you want any popcorn? He said, nah.
Kids, bro.
We walked back to the hotel.
Yeah, back to the hotel, hand in hand, right?
We
No, they took one of those rickshaws
Carts. Yeah.
we
The
talked
push cart.
about it, but we didn't.
and they
We
spooned.
took a little nap,
A little nap. Yeah, but that's the problem. There was only one bed in the room, I heard.
and then we went and had a marvelous, fantastic dinner.
This is
Did
what
you
I
go to
do.
Finn?
No, we went to
Nero's.
Nero's Steakhouse in
Okay.
Caesars. Very good.
This is what goes on behind the scenes, folks, at Detect America. Nobody believes me when I tell them this stuff. Oh no, Frank's normal, isn't he? Yeah, well, you see how normal he is. And
I don't know too many people that are claiming that.
and they're running to Atlantic City for a tryst. Is that what it's called, Sheldon? A rendezvous tryst together.
And when you go with them, you're called a thruple.
Thruple.
I'm kind of glad I didn't go. Who knows what might have happened to
And Rich Clark, no, I didn't get a black eye.
me. Oh yeah, I saw that show. Doink, doink. The hell was that? There's
It's
no,
called the Scope Eye.
you know, Shell. There's no recoil.
Oh,
You know,
you were too close to the scope for the recoil.
There's no recoil on a what do you call it? A
A crossbow,
Well,
that
so
there
they have a
is
little
if your
recoil, yeah.
eyeballs on the scope.
crossbow. She's just shooting a crossbow. There's no recoil on a crossbow.
If your eyeball is on the scope, yes, there is. It does pull back. It's 300 pounds of torque.
Remember, Steve, any action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Well, it reacted right into her forehead.
Yes, it did.
Right into my eye socket, right here.
Ouch.
And it hurt.
I'm sure it did.
I liked when you were sitting there with that thing on your head.
If you listen very, very carefully in the beginning of the video, one of the people that I'm with totally toots. They totally
Yeah, I
have
heard that.
gas.
Yeah, I think I heard that. Now, were you in your backyard? You weren't in your backyard, were you?
No, that's Dawn's mom's backyard.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Dude, those things are cool as shit, aren't they?
And I did really well. I almost hit 3 bullseyes,
I did see you shooting pretty well, yeah.
3
Um,
dead turkeys.
You nailed, yeah, those things go deep.
And I had Teresa the Treasure Hunter, Dan Nelson, like people right after that were messaging me. We were sitting there screaming, no, because they could see my face up against the. But my father-in-law and my stepbrother-in-law have seen people's fingertips get ripped off by the string, that
The bow, yeah.
the ejector bow
The
thingy.
ejector.
Be
Guns
careful.
are dangerous.
Brian
Don't-
Monroe, now that I see that you're in the chat, did you hear that I'm in Facebook jail because of you? Just saying. Because he called me a scope dope. He's not in Facebook jail. He's not in Facebook jail.
Yeah, he's not on
Yet
Facebook.
I-
For how long?
2 days.
Yeah. That's...
I gotta tell you something.
It's-
I recently got put in Facebook jail.
You did?
Well, yeah, but you want to know why?
Tell
Because
me.
a woman posted a video of elderly abuse in a nursing home of a 90-year-old lady getting beat up in a wheelchair. And I kind of wrote that was disgusting, and I beat that broad just like she did the old lady. And I wound up in Facebook jail. Well, don't let me watch that if you don't expect a reaction.
I got reprimanded today. Somebody on one of those generic posts, the little how which cup will fill up first? They draw the picture, and none of the cups would fill up at all. Just make a long story short. So I said, "Wow, this is about the dumbest post I've ever seen," and I got a warning.
Well, you're not allowed to call anybody dumb, even when they're being dumb.
I called them dumb and stupid. I called
So
them
it's
post
okay
stupid.
to put up the elder abuse, which
Yeah,
of course,
that's
boils
fine.
my butt.
Oh, that was disgusting. That was the worst disgusting thing I ever saw.
All right, 12 minutes. We're 3 minutes left in the show. Let's give something away.
You got three
Ronnie,
minutes?
what do you got there, buddy?
What is that?
Ronnie,
This
same
is
camera you look into.
an 1886 Mint State 62 seated dime. This is PGCS.
Yeah.
Rate. It's a really nice looking coin.
Look at that. Yeah, that's a beautiful coin. It is. That's no cheap coin.
No, this has got about a $280 book value.
And you're donating that.
This is going for tonight's.
You're an awesome friggin' dude.
I do my best. I try hard.
I don't care if you and Frank make out in the IMAX theater. I like you.
All right. Awesome. It's a seated dime, correct, Ron?
It is a seated dime. Yes.
Beautiful thing. All right, Shell. Let's hit it.
Where's the wheel?
Ted Baker.
Baker.
Ted Baker, you have 1 minute to answer up. Ted Baker, you know the rule. We have to see your name respond within 1 minute,
Now,
like
was
we
I-
did with Dave Seiler. So, Ted Baker, congratulations if you're here and if you win.
what is the next name on that wheel?
That was Whitaker. I saw that.
Scott Whitaker.
Now he's the guy, the gentleman that won this coin last week. So Scott, this is coming out to you. I just got the.
So, and
address.
we're looking for Ted Baker. 1 minute on the Ted Baker.
I got. Oh, Ted Baker is here.
Oh, he is good. Let's see how my lag is because he must have came on. You see him first. I haven't seen him yet. Yep, Ted Baker's there. Good. Congratulations, Ted. You just won yourself a nice dime that you can donate to me.
Ted Baker, get in touch with me. Facebook me your address so we can get that mailed out.
Yeah, because if you're going to send Frank your address, you ain't getting the right prize.
New Ugly books are out, new and updated.
With the correct spelling.
Updated.
Yes, updated for the new,
Oh,
So
with
then
your
you
new
have-
vibrator on it.
the new
That's it.
Lightning.
Is my picture still on the back? That's all I care about, Frank, that you look good. Yep.
His
I
little
love
ground-
that picture, Sal.
Me
His
too.
groundhog picture. That was a cool
I
picture.
put that on all my porn
Me too.
dating sites. I'm telling you.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to do one more, and we still got a ton of this stuff left, guys. But I'm going to give away one more from Mark Hoover. This comes from Mark Hoover.
Love Mark Hoover.
And
He's a
I
fellow
gotta tell you,
Indian.
Go check out Adventures in History, guys. Join this page. We're not trying to keep
listen,
it all.
I got to tell you this,
Here to love.
and I'm holding them to it. I'd like, you know what? I want to try for next week. I'd like to get Mark Hoover. Mark Hoover promised me he's on the show, and he's got a special project to talk about, and I want him on this show. We could probably keep him on for 2 hours. He's such a great guest.
And this Largie is in amazing condition, guys.
What year is that, Frank?
It is sometime in the 1800s.
I think it's 1849.
All right, I'll do 1800 Largie.
45.
1845, I think.
Yeah, 45.
Beautiful, beautiful large set.
Let's give that bad boy away. These are some nice prizes tonight.
Updated ugly book in the house. Ron, it
Yes.
feels heavier. Did we add pages?
Well, there was I think 2 pages added for the
feels
Pro, because
heavier.
we have the old box on there, and then we
Oh,
have
yeah.
the new box. But it feels heavier because that doesn't have a staple binder. That has a thick, a different type of binding.
It's
Thank
bound. It's bound like they used to bind. the
Shell,
Bible.
spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Don't listen to him. Spin
So
the
he
wheel.
stops talking.
Yes.
All right, spin that wheel.
Oh, the lovely
Marshak. Come
Sandra
on, Dad.
Marshak. I hope she answers up in 1 minute because Sandra Marshak is a beautiful woman. So, Sandra, you have 1 minute to respond. You know, she knows the rules too, so she's probably typing away. Sandra, you have to respond with "I love Steve" to win this prize.
Yes, you have
I'll
to
give it to
lie
you.
to win the
He's
prize.
here.
He's
I should
here.
have not said I
Oh,
love Steve.
good,
Here.
very good. Now that's someone who deserves a prize. We love her.
Awesome. Now, coming up, guys, next couple shows, we still got stuff we're giving away. I still got knives from Bigley Tibbs. They're awesome. I still got coins. We've got silver certificates. Tom Davis still has coins they're doing online. He still wants to give away. We have another prize pack from our buddy Greg Papalo. We still have 2 Danyards and 2 pints of maple syrup. And,
Maple syrup is the bomb.
but I told you I've been using it in my coffee. I love it. I love it. I just love it.
All right. So, will you get with Mark Hoover this week and get him on our show next week?
Yeah, I'll hit him up for sure.
My grandson eats it with scrambled eggs. He puts
Oh,
scrambled eggs in a bowl and he pours syrup on it.
Yeah, but you say that like there's something wrong with that.
Ronnie, how's Kristen doing?
Kristen's doing very good. Yes,
Good.
she's,
Good. We love her. She's a doll.
yeah,
But she wanted to go off and
one night.
she wanted to go off and do the wife thing or something and the motherly thing. What the hell's wrong with her?
I don't know.
You know, falls in love with a nice guy, gets married, and
Yeah.
has,
Doesn't she realize this is detecting? She has
I
to
know. Doesn't she
shake her Simpson to her.
There
Yeah.
you go. There
No,
you go.
she's a doll. And
But I see my grandson's taking a little bit of interest in like the coins because I show him older coins, and I told him, well, if you swing a metal detector, this is the kind of stuff you find.
Listen,
So
we're gonna put him under Steve's wing. He'll never be the same again. But
and how's Mrs. DeGhetto? She's lovely too.
oh, she's wonderful. She's actually on the.
Wait a minute. Tell everybody the story of where she went
Well,
and what she did. Well, she just.
all right, I'm gonna let Shelly go. Shelly wants to
Bye,
go.
Shelly. Love you.
Bye,
Shelly,
Shell.
thank you.
Nice
Thanks,
big old
Shelly.
wang on your head.
Watch out.
So I
It
love
did kind of look like one of those little cocktail Franks in it.
it. They look like a Frank, all right. So Ronnie, tell everybody the story of what she did while she was on vacation.
What she do while she was on vacation? She went down to visit her brother.
Okay, what did she
She
take?
took
with
her daughter because they got a week, and I'm not going to close the shop for a week.
her? Okay.
Okay, they went. She hasn't gone yet.
Oh, she's still there.
She's still there. She's there for a week. She'll be
Oh,
coming
okay.
on Friday. She brought a metal detector down here to go hunting the beach.
Yep.
Nice.
I think we turned her into a metal detectorist.
You created a monster.
Yeah, yeah.
I think. Listen, two wives, her and Marla Lee, Herb's wife. They're both detecting that. So she went out.
And the funny thing is, I just got a private message from Debbie saying she wants a metal detector, so I'm going to hook her up.
You ain't getting no private message from her. I don't know how the hell she got on this show in the first place anyway.
But
she picked up a detector for 3 minutes when we went on vacation one day, so she's done.
I just hope my wife doesn't get discouraged that every place ain't like the place we went.
Oh, well, what would you do if she came back with something?
Yeah.
I would
you
hope so.
better hope your wife doesn't come back really, really happy because she's finding crap that you didn't find before.
Yeah.
Well, then I need to go to South Carolina.
Well, James Lister was just down in South Carolina, and he was on the beach a little bit. Said he didn't find anything. It's a shame.
Oh, yeah,
But he's been getting out there. I know Dave Whitman's down in Florida right now.
Yeah.
There he is right there. He's saying goodnight there. But he down there, he came out and hung out with us the other night.
Yep.
And was rubbing it in. I'm going to Florida.
I'm a lawyer. Ever see that TMZ? I'm a lawyer.
I'm a lawyer.
So, anything else on the horizon?
What do we got going on here? Oh, nothing on my end.
The phones are ringing.
I'm doing the same thing.
Let's get those Aquatex moving, folks. We've got spokeswoman Jen Foreman loves them. I gave them to her, put them on her ear. She said she loved them.
I will be on a couple shows coming up. I don't know when. They want to talk Aquatech. They're lovely. They are just simply one of the best headsets out on the market. And
I'm using them, and I like them. And I really don't like anything Frank does. So,
well, I know how we can move some of these headphones. We can have Jen Foreman come on and talk about them. What do you think, Frank?
Absolutely.
Anything to get Jen on the show.
Jen can come on anytime she wants to talk Aquatech.
Hold on. Let me find
You
out.
hear that, Jen?
Let me find out.
When are you available?
Well, hold on. I'll find out an answer. Jen, can you make the show one night and talk about the Aquatech? Well, yes, I can. Yeah, she said yes.
Oh, jeez.
Oh wait, I remember. It reminds me too. I think I still have a coin from Josh Kimmel to give away. Josh Kimmel donated a zombie buff coin, and I keep forgetting.
You keep what?
Forgetting.
You were going to say forgetting?
Yes, I was going to say forgetting.
It sounded like you kind of.
No, I just stumbled over the word forgetting. So I got to add that to the list. I have to go through the online list because the online stuff, out of sight, out of mind. I got to put it on the list. And
also for next week's show,
Chuck Smalley donated a coin I forgot about.
And
yeah,
for next
Chuck
week's
Smalley.
show, we will ponder the everlasting question of why the hell do I do this show? Why?
Aquatex, baby.
I gotta be nuts. I got my Aquatex shirt on.
Nice.
There you go. Beautiful.
I love this Aquatex shirt. Covers up my boobies. Oh, you guys, and I haven't gotten out to swing at all. I need to detect.
What the weather's favorable, right? We got a north wind,
It's cold as shit out there.
The weather will be favorable soon.
That's why. But
Don, when Frank is proof that Prevagen sucks.
Listen, I didn't read the directions, but I have it over my cereal. It's pretty good.
Prevagen don't work.
It's made from shark innards.
There you go, Scott Bird. Jen Foreman for president.
And unicorn sparkles.
You know what? I'm voting for Jen Foreman for president. All right. So let's get out of here.
Somebody saying, Steve, it's low tide.
Well, at least I can believe her and not you.
Berkshire County is under winter weather advisory.
Yes. They were saying it's supposed to get frost, possible some light snow here. You go up north, they said they would get like 6 inches.
Yeah, Poconos are going to get like 6 inches.
Yeah,
Scott, we can't do another giveaway. Shelly left with the wheel. She took the wheel with her.
Shelly took the wheel home with her.
Don't worry, guys. We got a lot of 10,000 member giveaways to give away.
They would give away a little bit each show.
Honestly, I can say this with major conviction. This show's the worst.
I still got an autographed postcard from KG and Ringy. I got KG and Ringy DVDs. I got KG and Ringy.
Who was the guy? What was his name, Ron? The guy that did the worst dressed?
Mr. Black.
Blackthorn. Well, let me tell you something. I know we would be right at the worst show. You get it? Blackwell? We'd make his list as worst shows.
I don't know. There's some pretty bad ones out there.
No, nothing is bad. Nothing as bad as this.
What were we watching just before we came?
Oh, I got a coin from Digger Ray. He sent me a coin.
Who?
Digger Ray.
Yeah, nice.
I still got a pile of stuff. But
all right, Ronnie.
Box Factory has been moved back out to the shop. I'm so
as you find more stuff and you clean, we'll have more stuff to.
Oh yeah, there's stuff. There's stuff on this table that I have no ideas here yet.
Ron, bid your fine adieus.
Well, everybody, hope you had a good time tonight. I found the show very interesting, and I didn't realize there were that many facts about Oak Island, but I guess I learned a lot.
Oh, I have more. You want to hang out for a few more minutes? I have plenty.
I like Gilligan's Island's facts, so.
Yeah,
just remember this. Go away with this knowledge. Oak Island was a fishing community, and they repaired boats there. Give up on the whole Templar treasure thing, guys.
And Gilligan's Island was a little boy's dream. Yeah, ain't come true. Ronnie, good night, buddy. Good seeing you.
Good night, everybody.
And as for you, Gilligan,
I'm still here.
I don't know how we do this show. I really, really don't know how we do this show.
I am already working on some guests.
Nothing we ever say or do is scripted. It's just, I don't know.
We'll probably have the bulk of them on after the summer break, but
we get the guests on when we get the guests on. People are still watching us.
If the audience is there, I'll have the guests on whenever they want to come on. But.
I do. I mean, I do. I don't mind doing Monday nights, and Monday nights are great all through the year. So, hey, if we don't take a break, we don't take. Everything just rolls. If it comes in the middle of the summer and we broadcast on a Monday, that's fine. If we take a little bit of a break, don't be surprised. But I want to really seriously get Mark on for me last night.
Yeah, I'll send him a note.
Next week. Great guy. I can't wait to have him on. It's not like we'll laugh at all with him.
Yeah, I'll definitely send him a note.
Right. So.
All right, I'm out here.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. It's great seeing
Don't
everyone.
forget Josh Kimmel Wednesday and Sundays.
And Thursday with our Shelly and Dawn.
Can you dig it on Thursdays?
Here you go.
On Tuesdays.
Hold on. Come here, you. Come here. Come see Dad. Come here. Get up here, you fat ass. Come here. Fat ass. Come on. He won't get up. Come here. Get up. Come here. All right, go over there.
Very good. There he is, the champer.
Watch this. Wait, watch.
Like, where's my
Oh my God, is that funny or what? All right, enough, big dumb head. Big dumb head.
Here's my killer.
Let me hear him howl.
Oh!
I'd like to know you had Sophie on.
He got a DA haircut.
It looks all trimmed.
I couldn't wait anymore, so I did it myself.
He was manscaped.
He was manscaped.
Manscaped.
All right, Oscar, go ahead. All right, guys, we're out here. We'll see you.